Oysters are marine mollusks, commonly known as tiram or white oysters in Malaysia, with important species such as Chrysostria iridale, sea beckery, Secostria cucullata, and Ostrea folium, especially those from the genus Chrysostria, which are widely farmed commercially. They are obtained through several methods, including hand collection during low tide, the use of dredges for wet harvesting, as well as modern aquaculture methods such as rafts, long lines, racks and bags, which are considered more habitat-friendly. Market prices for oysters in Malaysia vary according to species, size, and quality, generally ranging from tens to hundreds of ringgit, particularly for premium or imported oysters. From a culinary perspective, oysters are often enjoyed raw with a squeeze of lime, grilled with butter or cheese, cooked in sambal, made into oyster omelette, or used in steamboat dishes. From a sustainability perspective, oysters have a low carbon footprint compared to terrestrial protein sources because they do not produce methane and require minimal operational energy, while their water filtering activity can help improve local ecosystem quality. However, white harvesting methods involving dredging have significant negative impacts on biodiversity due to the destruction of natural reef structures. Overall, oysters are safe to consume if they come from clean waters, undergo depuration, and are handled properly. In terms of sustainability, the most recommended sources are responsibly managed off-bottom farm oysters, as they reduce habitat disturbance and support more sustainable use of marine resources.
Scampi, the local name or the scientific name is Nephros norvegicus, is a sea creature that inhabits muddy seabed environments where it lives in burrows. It is highly regarded for its sweet and delicate flesh and is commonly used in a variety of seafood dishes, ranging from everyday meals to high-end cuisine. The primary catching method for scampi is bottom trawling using a large net, which are dragging along the seafloor to capture scampi from their natural habitat and other sea creatures. This method is widely used due to its efficiency. However, it is associated with environmental concerns such as seabed disturbance and bycatch of non-target species. In the local market, scampi of U10 size are generally sold at prices ranging from 60 ringgit to 76 ringgit per kilogram. Meanwhile, the import market scampi from Australia are priced significantly higher, typically ranging between 240 ringgit to 260 ringgit per kilogram. The higher market value reflects factors such as long-distance transportation, cold chain logistics, stricter quality standards, and their positioning as a premium imported seafood product. The picture beside me is a shrimp. Is a garlic butter shrimp. The recipe for the garlic butter shrimp are scampi, unsalted butter, olive oil, garlic, chicken broth, lemon juice or lemon zest, red pepper flakes, and fresh parsley. It is sustainable for a scampi. The carbon footprints of a scampi are according to its own variety, which is imported scampi and a local scampi. The imported scampi has a high carbon footprint because it is wild caught, transported long distance, and often flown fresh. Meanwhile, local scampi has a low to medium footprint as it is farmed locally and transported over shorter distance. Biodiversity impacts also differ for both scampi. Imported while scampi has a high impact due to bottom trawl fishing, which disturbs seabed habitats and produce bycatch, whereas local farm scampi has lower impact because pond-based farming does not damage natural ecosystems. The other point is harvesting methods. Imported wild scampi is mainly caught using bottom trawling through creels or pots are sometimes used to reduce bycatch. Meanwhile, local scampi is harvested through pond draining, selective netting with cast or seine nets, or even hand collection on small-scale farms, all of which are low-impact methods. In conclusion, both imported scampi and local scampi has its own pros and cons.
Mud crab. The mud crab, also known as Sella serrata, is a type of crustacean that live in mangrove swamps, river estuaries, and muddy areas. In terms of biodiversity impact, mud crabs serve as a food source for other species such as birds, large fish, and reptiles, making them part of a complex food chain. Genetic diversity within mud crab population also contributes to ecosystem resilience as it helps them adapt to environmental changes such as salinity, temperature, and habitat disturbance. Therefore, a stable presence of mud crabs reflects the health of mangrove ecosystems, while their loss can cause ecological imbalance that negatively affect overall biodiversity. In addition to traditional methods, mud crabs can also be caught using modern techniques such as crab line, which use long ropes with multiple bubbles hooks baited to attract the crabs.
Octopus, or its scientific name Octopus vulgaris, commonly known as sotong kurita in Malaysia. It is a cephalopod widely distributed in tropical and temperate marine waters. This species is valued for its high-quality protein, vitamin B12, and essential mineral content, making it nutritionally important for human consumption. Market availability is stable with typical prices ranging from 40 to 50 ringgit per kilogram. Culinary preparation often involve braising or slow simmering to improve tenderness, followed by grilling or pan-searing, and it is used in dishes such as octopus salad, herb-grilled octopus, oven roast, and Asian-style soups or mixed seafood dishes. Octopus are mainly captured from coastal waters using small-scale and artisanal techniques, such as pot and trap, headlines, hooks, and hand collection in shallow areas. These selective methods generally require low fuel input, resulting in a lower carbon footprint compared with large-scale trawling operations. Biodiversity impact depends strongly on gear type, as low-impact gears tend to preserve benthic habitats, while destructive methods such as bottom trawling can disturb the substrate and reduce habitat complexity, essential for juvenile and adult cephalopods. Sustainable octopus fisheries rely on the use of selective low-impact gears combined with effective management measures such as size limit, seasonal or periodic closures, and adaptive harvest control. These approaches help protect breeding stocks, reduce bycatch, maintain habitat integrity, and support long-term ecosystem stability despite the species' short lifespan and rapid population turnover.
Hello everyone, last but not least, sea bass, let's calcarifer, also known as white snapper, is a fish commonly caught in estuaries, brackish estuaries, and coastal waters, and more information on fishing techniques, prices, and typical recipes can be found. The carbon footprint of siakap white snapper can be lower if really locally caged or ponds that import from far away, but this rearing activity often requires logistical management and additional feed, which can potentially increase the carbon footprint. Meanwhile, the impact on biodiversity and habitat is significant. Overfishing in estuaries or swamps can disrupt natural population and mangrove ecosystem, while livestock raising can cause water population if poorly managed. Regarding fishing method, the use of traditional methods such as rods or fishing rods in the estuary is less destructive if controlled, but the continued fishing of wild stocks can lead to a decrease in the Siaka population. Sea bream can be a relative safe and semi-sustainable food source, especially if it is selected from responsible livestock. For sustainability, it is better to choose farmed sea bass from a trusted supplier or buy from the market during the high season. Thank you everyone.